Yeah. The tape.
I,
The tape.
I don't know anybody that doesn't struggle with those tapes. And you have everything perfectly oriented. It makes you want to use them.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think that's one a great thing.
All right, guys, we're going to be letting everybody in now, and we're going to go live after the Dallas slides. Okay.
No, mommy.
So, all right. So Paul, your
Are
cue.
you doing the restroom?
Paul,
okay.
I don't have a picture of Vallourec to Beloy. So as soon as I finish the fly to map to Vallourec, that's your cue to start. Okay. All right. Okay, Adrian, you can admit everybody.
You're looking pretty dapper there, Richard.
Yeah. Like the background, AME Consortia. It's the best thing in the world.
I like your shirt with your yellow, with your orange stripe.
Oh yeah. I usually wear my Blue Jays, but they got kicked out the playoffs, so you know, everybody would think you're in Bellingham, Washington, rather than in a different place. Yeah, for sure.
You know how hard I worked to make that garden look like that, though. This is Dimitri now. Dimitri has taken that over from me, and he has done such an extraordinary job. Imagine one guy responsible for 15 acres. Isn't that crazy?
It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
At that level too. We have a couple other gardeners too. Sabrina is in charge of all the flowers and making sure all those details are done. But he, by and large, takes care of the whole thing. It's insane.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
And all inspired by Japan.
Yeah, and it looks great. I remember the video you did for me, just walking around and sitting on the bench and showing everything. Yeah, and it just inspires you. It really inspires you, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, welcome. We're actually going to start the session right now. Welcome to AME Everywhere Conference 2021. It is 1:30 Eastern, and we're going to be visiting a 2-second lean company this afternoon, an absolutely awesome company. If you were with us yesterday with Paul and FastCap, you got treated to an incredible journey of implementing lean. And today we're going to continue that journey with an absolutely fantastic tour. So this is our AME 2-second lean tour series. Paul is going to be, again, the host. I'm Richard Evans. I'm going to be your facilitator for today's session. And we've already gone around the world to many places. We've been to Yellow Tools in Germany. We've been to Seating Matters in Japan. We've been to Best Damn Doors in world famous Canada. And yesterday we were at FastCap in Bellingham, Washington. So today we're actually going to visit Vallourec in Houston. And tomorrow, just a reminder before you drop off at the end, that we've got Rototherm in South Wales. And these are the 3 2-second lean tours that we're doing during the conference. First week in November, or second week in November, we're going to visit Sticky RX in New York State. So our agenda today is like normal. We're doing a tour. We're going to deep dive into the psyche of our leaders, the behaviors that change the culture. We're going to have a Q&A afterwards. So please keep your questions into the chat. I'll record the questions and then we'll ask them at the end of the tour. So today we're going to go from Atlanta, which is a short distance, to Houston, Texas, to Vallourec. And over to you, Paul. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm going to call this the TT tour. Tectonic transformation, because that's about what you're ready to experience and you're going to experience with Vallourec. They've done an extraordinary job. And I'm not going to say any more. Take it away. You guys are awesome. Thomas, I think you're leading the tour today.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for the introduction. So everybody, welcome to Vallourec Tubelloy. We are very honored to have you today for the tour. And as Paul said, what you will see today is an extraordinary transformation. We started our lean journey about 14 months ago, and the shop was completely transformed. So first of all, I'm Thomas Marquier. I'm the plant manager for this facility here in Houston. And I have an amazing team that is here with us today that will also co-lead the tour with me. So before we start, let's just look at our product so you understand basically our background. So what we do at Vallourec, we make connections for the oil and gas industry. So all the pipes that you have in a well are connected together by male and female connections. We screw them together, we torque them at the very high torque, and it makes a product that is gas tight, so there is no leaks and can withstand extreme conditions. So we are making a very premium product, the top of the industry. But I can tell you that 14 months ago, we were not a premium shop. So let me just show you some quick picture of how Tubelloy was looking over a year ago. This was the shop before. So as you can see, nothing was standardized. It was a mess everywhere. And that is just the shop. If I show you the machines, this is what our machine looked like, a complete disaster. So how can you do a premium product if you don't have a premium place to work at? And that's what we started to tackle by implementing 2-second lean. So you can see the shop now completely different, obviously. But that's what we decided to tackle, to say, okay, we are a premium company, but we are not a premium shop. What can we do to bring up the level of our people so we can have a premium shop making premium products? So we started our journey in the restroom. That was the number one. That was the number one place where to start, because we needed to install a culture of respect. Before, we didn't have any culture of respect. We had stuff everywhere. You've seen the pictures, papers on the floor, people who are not respecting their tools. We had tools locked into a toolbox, and it was a complete mess. So we say, no, we have to make sure that people understand that they need to respect. They need to respect each other, they need to respect the product, and they need to respect the customer. So how did we start in the restroom? We gathered all the supervisors together for 2 weeks straight, and we cleaned the restroom every single day until the restroom got to a very high level of standard. Then we created a standard and we asked the people to clean every week. We have a team of 2 that is cleaning the restroom. So Todd, our shipping and receiving supervisor, hey Todd, is going to introduce you to our restrooms.
Hello, my name is Todd Ladner. I'm the shipping and receiving supervisor here at Vallourec. As Tomas said earlier, we started this journey about 17, 18 months ago. I've only been here 2 years. And when Alex first came up with us and said, hey, we're going to read this book called 2-Second Lean, we said, okay. And they said, oh, by the way, you're also going to clean all the restrooms. We went like, what? What are you talking about? And we didn't know the journey starts there. And it's actually more a respect type thing than it is actually trying to do stuff, because you're trying to generate people and build up people and get them to understand what you're trying to do. So basically, we started here. We had 10 people came into this restroom. We first started the process. We did the men's room and the women's room. If you look at the lockers, they were completely full of graffiti. There was time stuff written on them, guys' names, Superman, all kinds of different things. We cleaned all that up. We cleaned in between each one of the little things. It took us a full week with 10 people on both restrooms just to get it livable. Okay. Wow. But now we've gone through and it's maintained every day by two individuals. The women's clean their own restrooms now. The men's clean our own. So we've advanced to that. We've actually gone to where we have procedures on the wall that can show you the different steps that you need to take to clean the restroom. Shows you what person does what. So it's divided up by individual employees. You got employee A, employee B, tells him what to do and how to do it. If you scan the QR code at the top, it'll actually walk you through the different processes of what you need to see. So we've advanced that far. The tile that you see on the wall was not there. That's been an upgraded since we moved in here. The paint on the floor was not here. That's an upgrade. You could tell we're still continuing with our upgrades on painting things. Each one of the stalls, we put up notes to tell people, what they are and where they live. In the past, we had these little notes on the mirrors that said, hey, your mother doesn't work here. So we changed those to a more appropriate, keep your area clean as it was by your home. But we've done everything from top to bottom to clean this place up. Any tools that are needed, when you come across one, we order it for them. We started out with just the basic rags and things like that, and we progressed to the different products that we actually need. We've got air conditionings. We got on the wall here, Preston, if you look up there, that's one of our mottos that we keep track. So basically, when you think about the restroom, it's really not what you're doing or how you're doing. This is your customer. So you're trying to satisfy your customer's needs. So every time they walk into here, are you satisfying the needs for what your customer has? Do you have all the products they need to use? Is everything well taken care of? Is everything clean? Is everything up to date? Is it how you want it to be? So we view the restrooms here as a product that our customers, are willing to use.
Excellent. Todd, how long did it take you to embrace this concept? Did you do it immediately, or did it take you a week, a month before you said, oh, this makes sense?
Well, I was one of those childs from the 14 or 15 different lean products that we go through in our past growing up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first started reading the book, I said, well, I'm just going to see how it goes. It probably took me 2.5 months or less.
Okay.
But then once everybody starts getting into it and starts going on, you kind of roll with it. You're either going to roll with it or you're going to go away. That's your option. So
Yeah.
pretty much, I kind of enjoy it. I mean, we learn a lot of things, and it's interesting journey.
Todd,
That makes sense? Yes, sir.
Have you applied any of the thinking in your home life as well?
Well, I have to clean the toilets at the house now. That wasn't an option before. Well, I went home and
cool.
started cleaning them one day, and my wife said, oh, you know how to do that? And I go, yeah. She said, where'd you learn that? I said, well, we learned it at work. She said, well, now you got it. I said, okay, thank you.
We say that 2-second lean is advanced husbandry training.
Oh, I don't doubt that one bit.
I love it.
Oh, and one more final thing you need to do when you start this journey. You see this little yellow sign on the door? If you do not put one of those up, you will constantly get interrupted. People will walk in, try to do their business, and you're trying to clean. So we've learned over the time, you got to block it. You got to tell everybody, hey, this thing's out of service.
Yeah.
Just so when you start your journey.
Claro.
Okay, thank you,
Fantastic,
Todd.
Todd.
Thank you.
Todd.
Well done, Todd. Thank you.
So since we started in the restroom, the progress has been phenomenal. But as I said, everything started to learn about respect, learn about humility and respect. And that's what we learn in the restroom. As soon as we started with the restroom, we already saw a big improvement in the shop. People were starting to respect each other, to respect their tools, to respect their workstation. That was not enough, though, to complete the transformation, but the restroom was really the stepping stone to make sure that everything can roll smooth. Okay, I
Thomas,
think the camera is
Thomas,
doing roller coasters.
Thomas.
Yes.
One question for Todd, real quick. Would he go back? Would he go back to the old way?
Oh, Todd, will you go back to the old way, Todd? No, he said no.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
Why not, Todd?
Why not?
I do a changeover. No, the process that we have here works really well. And we're not doing all those charts and flow flip charts and all this kind of fun stuff to see where our progress is. It's a visible progress. I mean, you can actually walk through the shop. You can see what's being said. You can see what the guys are doing on the floor. It's more visual. The other ones that we had in the past was just, numbers and charts and how do you get lean by doing numbers and things. This is totally different. We're trying to get employees empowered on what they need to do. And it's just a training process. So, we're not worried about numbers and figures. We're worried about making sure that the process is handled. And this Lean 2 process is really good. I mean, like I said,
Excellent.
I've done 15 or 16 of these other kind, and they don't even compare to this. So this is a total eye opener from what I've seen.
Super. Thank you.
That's really good feedback. Thank you, Todd.
Well, thank you, Todd, for the perfect transition, because actually 2-second lean is not about numbers. So I was tough to convince to go into 2-second lean. Alex made me read the book. I read it 2 times, 3 times. And I didn't believe in it at the beginning because that's how I've been raised. I've been raised by productivity. You need to run those machines 24/7, no breaks, cover lunch, and then you can get a good productivity out of the machines. And the philosophy here is completely different. You have to stop. You have to stop for 1 hour per shift so you can produce better, so you can produce better quality, so you can be more efficient. And that was very difficult for me to understand coming from a mass production background. But I gave it a try progressively. We didn't stop for 1 hour at the beginning. We started with the morning meeting that I'm going to show you right now. So on the morning meeting, what we do is we train our people. It is really important to train the people so they can understand where you want to go. They can understand the vision. They can understand what are the 8 wastes and how you can, by targeting the 8 wastes and eliminating those wastes, we can all be more efficient. So every day on day shift and on night shift, we have one team member that is leading the meeting. He's leading the meeting for the whole week. We always start our meeting with a stretching video. So we have a nice stretching video and everybody is stretching all together for 5 minutes just to get ready to warm up the body and to be ready for the day.
Excellent.
Once the stretching is done, we go through the morning meeting, the daily meeting routine. So we start the meeting by the phrase of the day. So the objective of the phrase of the day is to reflect on one quote and to ask the guys, what do they think about it? How do they interpret it? And to make them think. So we make them think, we make them reflect on the quote, and they learn something new every day at the same time. Then after that, we continue with a safety moment. So every single day we have a safety moment. Usually it's a video that we get from YouTube. So today was Halloween safety with kids, but we also share a safety issue that we have in the shop. Let's say, for example, we see a safety hazard. We post it on WhatsApp, and then after that we post it on the GTM, so everybody knows what are the safety issues that we have to be careful with. We
Thomas,
take that moment also. Yes.
So I can say that you have become prolific at using videos as a primary means to communicate to your staff, where prior you were not doing that. You're actually good at videography and producing videos. Yes.
Before we would use text and someone was reading the text and it was terrible. No, the video are perfect.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah, nobody reads anymore. No, the video are really great. So the objective here is to think also about the risk that we have in our shop and challenge the guys and empower them to solve the safety issues. And that is the same for quality and for productivity. We want to make sure that every single problem is made visible. You want to show the problem. If you start to hide problems, then you have a bigger problem. So we want to make sure that everything is visible. We communicate among each other, and then we empower the guys to find a solution to solve that problem. We also share all the near misses that we have among the group. So we have 20,000 employees in the group, 28 different facilities. And whenever there is a near miss, it's communicated. So we communicate that near miss in the morning meeting. And everybody start to think about, okay, do we have the same risk here? What can we do to prevent this from happening here?
Wow.
Then we have the event of the day where we communicate on what is going on today. So today is AME live tour. Let's get ready. No, wait, we are always ready. So we didn't prepare for the tour. Everything, the shop that you will see today is how it is every single day. Performance and results. So that's where our lead man or production lead man step in and explain the issue that they had during the day before. And all together as a team, the guys start to find solutions to solve those problems, to be more efficient. The same goes for quality, where we share any quality issue that we have. So here is let's not pass on defects. We had an issue yesterday where some protectors were passed on to the shop and they were not clean. Our standard is to pass on clean protectors. Well, the protectors were not clean. Our supervisor posted a picture on WhatsApp, and then we put the picture on the morning meeting so everybody can see it, and we communicate with everybody that this is not the standard.
I'm just curious, Thomas, on that particular issue. So what was the issue in 30 seconds? Why did that happen? Why were they passed on dirty? I'm curious what the countermeasure was and what you discovered on that process.
So our connections are protected by what we call protectors, so that traffic purple plastic cap, and they are stored outside because we don't have space to store them inside. So they are stored outside and they get dirty. So we put in place a process to clean them before they come to the shop.
Okay, got it.
And
where
for some
before
reason
that process was not in place, so that's why you had the defect.
Exactly. Before the operators used to clean them. So instead of running the machine, they were wasting time cleaning the protectors. So we decided to move that task away from the CNC operator. We create value and to do it upstream, so the products are coming clean with clean protectors.
Fantastic.
And we don't pass on defects.
Good.
Then we review the final inspection. So every product before leaving the door goes through a final inspection. That's a digital inspection. And the result of that inspection is already automatically fed into the meeting, so we can discuss the issues if we had some findings. Before we started that, we had like 10 findings per week. Since we made it visible and we challenged the guys to find solutions to prevent reoccurrence, we have barely no findings. So for the full week, we didn't have any finding. And again, make it visible, make sure people understand that this is not normal, and empower them to find a solution. Then we go through the learning of the day. And that's where we teach about lean principle mostly, but also anything that where they can learn something new. The objective is to learn something new every single day. So today, it's not related to lean. It is why does February only have 28 days? So anything that you can learn is posted on the learning of the day. And the same, it's a short video, 3 to 5 minutes video. And the objective is to grow our people.
Excellent.
Unbelievable. People don't know what they don't know.
Exactly. But the most important is to train on the 8 ways. This is why we have our 8 ways posted on the wall, because we want to make sure that people know what are the waste. If you are able to name the waste, then you are able to identify it, and then you are empowered to take action and reduce that waste.
And you don't use an acronym to memorize those. How do you memorize those, or how do people understand those?
The best way I found to remember them is to tell the story. Okay. So you tell a story of China that is overproducing product, then they have to store them. So that's inventory. That's inventory. Then they ship them. It's transportation. You receive them, etc., etc. But telling a story is the best way for me to remember.
Excellent.
We use the acronym, but personally, I couldn't even remember the acronym.
Me too.
And what we did is we took clear examples that relates to our process. So on the examples here, that is directly related to our process. So defects, we made 60 couplings, they are short, and so it's a defect, and we're going to spend time to remake them, and it's material wasted, it's time wasted, and it's employee potential that is wasted. So we try to relate also the 8 ways to our waste. So we end the meeting by a short video, so 3 to 4 minute video. That is showing all the improvements that were done by the guys every single day. So we have a social media group, so we use WhatsApp, where whenever the guys are doing 2-second improvements, they post a picture of before and after. So every single day we receive between 60 and 80 posts on WhatsApp.
Wow.
So the guys are posting every single improvement that they make. Then at the end of the day, we take those improvements and we make a nice video that is summarizing all the improvements that were made during the day. So the objective here is to recognize everybody. You want to make sure that you recognize every single improvement that is made. Any small improvements needs to be recognized. So recognition, but we also use the video to share the improvement across our facilities. So we have 4 different facilities, 3 here in Houston and 1 in Houma, Louisiana. And that video is shared among all the facilities. So we can also foster creativity. People can benchmark from one facility to another. And we see what's going on in each one of the facilities.
Crazy, crazy.
Thomas,
Yes.
have you found that sharing those videos has inspired the other facilities to ramp up their improvement program?
Yes, he had two. I think it has two effects. The first effect is to motivate you to do it, because when you see the progress that one facility is doing, it makes you want to do the same and be at the same level. So it's a motivation tool, and it's also a benchmark tool, because when we have something amazing, a 2-second improvement that has been implemented on one workstation, then we can easily benchmark it from one facility to another. So communication and motivation, that's the two aspects of the video.
I want to give
Brilliant.
just a little background on something real quick, Thomas, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Thomas said that they're using WhatsApp as a means or a vehicle to transmit all this information. You know, that idea did not come from me. That actually came from Kazakhstan, the BI Group, the largest construction company in Kazakhstan. When I presented to them about 4 or 5 years ago, they had 7,000 employees and 40,000 general contractors, and they had to figure out a way to get all this information to everyone, because I was proposing using YouTube and YouTube links. And the president, Iden, said, no, we're just going to set up WhatsApp chats with 100 people on every chat. And it was the most brilliant idea I've ever heard of. And now that's being done worldwide because of the creativity of the BI Group in Kazakhstan. It's so incredible. And then another cool part of the story is now Vallourec developed the whole concept of a daily recap of all the improvements. And that was, again, not my idea. That was Vallourec's idea, and they have done a spectacular job. So it's beautiful how we see every company teach one another how we can improve.
Mm-hmm. And so what we did is we fixed what bug does, because we had so many pictures to review every single day that it would take us 10 to 15 minutes to review all the pictures before, after. So Alex said, no, we have to find a better way. And he came up with this solution of doing a video that compiles all the improvement that we have throughout the day.
Inspiring.
So, and it took him an hour and a half to start with, and you can probably do it in 20 minutes now, Thomas, because you've become professionals.
I brought it down to 15 minutes now.
Wow, amazing.
But yes, it was very time consuming at the beginning, but that's dedication. You have to be dedicated. If you're not dedicated, then nothing can follow. If the guys don't see that the management is 100% committed and 200% behind them, then the 2-second lean culture will not stick.
Correcto.
Leadership behaviors. Yeah, perfect.
And one of the biggest difference between what we were doing before, because we were doing lean before, we had black belts in the company, so we were doing lean. But one of the biggest difference is we were doing lean, thinking that lean event will create a lean culture. And here we do it completely different. We focus on the culture first. We want to train the people to create that culture. And then once you have a solid lean culture, then you can have lean improvements. But we were doing it backwards from the beginning. By reversing it and focusing on the culture, focusing on the people, focusing on growing the people, then that's when it started to kick in, and it's growing every single day. And we will never go back. Before, it was extremely easy to go back. You don't sustain, you don't give the time for the guys to do the improvement and to sustain. You don't train them, so you have new people coming and they are not trained, and then everything goes back to where it was before. Now with this, where we focus on the culture, we ensure that we will have sustainability over everything that we do here.
Thomas, would you say it's fair that what we're really all trying to do is just improve people's lives? You're focused on improving the lives of your people who you're responsible for, their work. So life's more enjoyable, work's more enjoyable. Is it really that simple in your mind?
It is that simple, and the rest follows. So I used to be very KPI oriented. I'm not anymore, but I can tell you that the rest follows. So we stop for 1 hour per shift to focus on our people, to grow our people. That's 10% of the available time. Of course, my productivity dropped for the first 3 months. But after 3 months, we saw a very sustainable, consistent increase in productivity. Over the past year, our scrap rate or non-quality cost was divided by 3. We divided by 3 on non-quality cost. Our productivity increased by 10% over 1 year. We never managed to achieve such a great productivity improvement. And our lead time was cut by half.
Wow.
In 1 year.
Insane.
All right, enough talking. Let's go to the machines. Talk with our guys so you can see what is the impact of 2-second lean on our people. So as I said, every day we start with stretching, then 2-second improvement where the guys are doing the level 1 maintenance on the machine, greasing, lubing, cleaning. They do 2-second improvement, so we challenge them to find an improvement that will save them 2 seconds during the day, and they do their 3Sing. So we give them the time, we give them the knowledge with the morning meeting, but we were missing something. We were missing the tools. And Henry, our production supervisor, will explain us what we did with the Lean Cave to provide the tools to the guys so they can actually improve at their workstation.
All right, Henry.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I would like to start by the mentioning the fact that the first thing we had to do was we had to sort everything that we had at the machine. We had it cluttered all over the place and such. Once they got that stuff and they got the thumbs up to get rid of the stuff that you're not using, it may be still good stuff, but we could still put it somewhere stored where it's a community place where everybody can kind of, if they need it, they can use it. Once they got done, that taken care of, then we came we developed this Lean Cave here, what we call a Pro Lean Cave. And what it is the fact that we're giving them the tools to add, to help them improve, to make their work life a lot easier there at the machine. Once you get a chance to visit the machine here shortly, you might see some of these items already in place for what they do in their daily productivity. Now, everything's gotten to be a lot better for them because a lot of things are more closer to a hand's length for them. And some of the items that we have up here that we didn't know we didn't need until we actually started getting them. So the management's been really great to providing us a lot of these tools that we use day in and day out, and they continue to improve. As they've gone through their work process throughout the day, they realize, I think this would work great for this little piece here. The other day, the operator was using the crane, and he was pulling it way back from the backside of his machine and craning it over to the machine. Well, he came up with this idea of grabbing a little hook such as this and being able to put it just right behind the machine because he was unloading the parts from the backside. So he didn't have to go back and forth to get in the crane anymore. So it's amazing that just giving them the tools that they have here gives them the ideas, the creativity to be able to improve their process throughout the day. So as you can see, we have all types of things. Some of the stuff are still being used out there. Some guys have some longer runs out there, so they have a time to work on stuff that takes them a little bit longer than the time allocated in the morning. And we have this tape dispenser that we have over here, as you can see. Now, this is a pretty cool idea because the guys sometimes will be out in the yard working on some pipe. So what we come up with is this thing here. You can kind of hook it off. That way you don't lose your tape. You always know, sometimes you set it down, you do your inspection or whatever it is, then you have to run back to grab your tape. And now you got it at hand's length. You'll be able to use it. When you're done with it, we just come and put it right back where it belongs. Really great little thing right up in here.
So well organized.
Yes. So it's amazing of all the tools that we got. I mean, we got the Kaizen foam. We got items that we can put our spray cans in if we want to carry it out and about, if we're out doing something, some work out in the yard. Because we do manufacture pipe from time to time when we do spend some time outside. So it really helps a lot eliminating the waste of having to look for it while you're out there, setting it down and you forgot, and then you're way over there. So it really helps out an awful lot with a lot of the items that we have up in here. Yes, sir.
I have about 3 questions for you. How long have you worked at Vallourec?
I've been here over 40 years.
How long did it take you to become a believer in this new way of approaching lean?
Well, I tell you, in the 40 years that I've been here, I've experienced all different types of lean. I think that maybe for as long as I've been here, I've seen it from the very beginning to where we're at today. Now, like we've talked about in the past, that we've always had a little something like Tomas had mentioned. We're always starting something. We are all intense and we're all a part of it. But the difference is the fact that after a month or so, it would go back to where it was at. Right. The great thing is the management team supports us. They're part of this every day, day in and day out. And the fact that they give us the tools that we need, and they realize that we spend an hour every morning to go over to teach, to learn everything that we do, and then give them the times to go be creative. Find something that you can eliminate that's wasteful, or let's do a little 3S and let's make sure the shop looks like it does every day. I tell the guys every day, you got to understand how successful we are, because we want to make sure that you guys work smarter and not harder, right? We don't want you to really work hard. We're not doing this so that you can guys work harder. We're doing this to make your life easier. So if you understand that all the employees that we have here, we take them away from the machines, and think about 2 shifts. I have 18 guys that are under me that does this. That's not including the quality of the personnel that also is a part of this. So we're investing that much time to teach you guys to make this place a better place to work for, then you know it's got to be worth it. And like Tomas said, the productivity is amazing.
So Henry, what was the number one thing in your mind that management did that allowed this to be sustainable and successful? The one thing they did.
They supported us.
And how did they support
you? They were here every day, by being here every day, listening to us, taking the time to provide us with what our needs. And it's not just this, there's other things. The maintenance team that we have is amazing. So there's items that if we need something built, something special, and in fact, you'll see something like that here in a few minutes at one of the machines. The management team is what's really made this place.
So let me
one
translate, Henry, what you said. You just said they did not say, go do this. They went with you to do this.
Correct. They've been Alex has been with us elbow deep in everything where we're at today. I tell you, I wonder, and Alex not really a part of this team full time anymore. And people wondered what was going to happen, or they would always tell him that what would happen when management leaves. We're going to go back to the way we were. No, sir. As you can see today, what it looks like today, we're on it every day, and everyboody pretty much knows what to do. They don't need
Henry,
management.
This is probably the most important question I'm going to ask you in this whole tour. Why, when Alex left, was it sustained?
Because of the team that we have, the management. We have Tomas here as our plant manager, but I think the big part of it is the guys who started to buy into it. The guy says, hey, this is what we do every day. Now, I don't have to tell them anything anymore. We have a little brief moment. We do our stretching, and I say, well, guys, let's go do what we do best. And they know. They take off. They come up with ideas, and they come up doing their cleaning. They know to maintain their machines. It's really great to see that everybody knows what they need to do, because they want to have a better place to live.
Translated, people believe in the system. They're not doing the system because they're told to do it. And the reason they believe in it is because it has improved their life.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. It has improved their way of working life out here. And some of the guys even have been taking it home with them, actually doing some improvements at home and such. So I sometimes hear stories. Hey, look, this is what my garage looked like before. Now look at it now. So it's exciting to see the guys all buying into it, and the fact that they realize that it's not something management is telling us to do. It's something that they're teaching us, and they're all being a part of it, and just wanting us to have a better quality of life here at work.
Excellent, Henry. Thank you. Phenomenal.
Yeah, my pleasure. Okay. So shall we go check out one of the machines?
Yes, let's go. Let's go see Roosevelt. Roosevelt will introduce you some of the 2-second improvement that was implemented at his machine. So while he's getting ready, I will just jump on what Henry was saying. I think the reason why it's sticking is really because we managed to create a culture. We transformed the culture. We went from a culture where I come here every day to run my machine, then I go home, to a lean culture. We grew up our people, and by growing out your people, you create that lean culture. And it's going to be very, very hard for whoever it is to break it down, because people know that that what's in for them with that 2-second lean.
Okay.
All
Excellent.
Right. Roosevelt.
Hey, hello. How y'all doing?
Very good.
My name is Roosevelt Padilla. I've been here 20 years. and with the company. And it's awesome. This company, I like it since I got here. And pretty much, I'm tired. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about this table. This table is my supervisor and my upper management. They came with this idea about how can we approve to do less how do you call them, less
Motion, let's walking.
yes, less walking, exactly, because I've been walking back and forth with my gauges, and they came with this idea. So I wait about a month until they came and they installed it, and they asked me, what do you think about it? Well, I said, I don't know until we try it. And as soon they brought it in, I tried it, and as I will say, it was great. It was a great idea. I did like it a lot because I can check my parts from here, every single one. Not just that, like right now I'm using the jack boat, so I don't have to get one by one, so I can grab it right here too. And it's awesome. This idea, they came with it, and I did like it a lot.
I love that the
I
floor is
do
clean,
recommend it.
Roosevelt.
Sir?
I love that the floor is clean. It leaves you completely open space.
Yeah, it's one of the safe, the how do you call them, safety. Every
Right.
morning, we had to come and so how do you call them, clean up on the around the table,
Mm-hmm.
around the machine, and we're supposed to check on shaving. We sweep, mop the floor every morning, and pretty much like you see, it's clean, like including my table. I don't have to use my gauge on the table. It's always clean, pretty much. It's
And what
awesome.
was it? What was it like before, Roosevelt? What was it
Before,
like
I used to have a mess on my table right here. I used to have all my gauges. I used to have a toolbox right here. Right now, I have all my tooling right here. I got rid of my toolbox. It's awesome because now I can see. I don't have to go by drawer looking what I need. Right now, I just whatever I see right here, I can just grab it, use it, and put it back.
Roosevelt,
Yes,
why
sir.
was it a mess before, and why is it not a mess today?
I will tell you, pretty much like I said before, we didn't have the ATM meeting, the 5S, the 6F, and right now that's one of the things we had to do every single day, and it's awesome. I did like it. Like you said, pretty much every day I have my area clean. I don't have a mess. And like I said, every morning and before we leave, it's like the way it is in the morning. Every time we leave in the evening, it had to be the same way, clean and organized. All the tooling, including my gauges for the second shift.
Two things. They trained you to think differently, and they set
Yes, sir.
a clear expectation and held everyone to that expectation.
Exactly.
So prior,
And
the training wasn't there and the expectation was not there.
yes.
Okay.
And they also, the upper management, they give us all the support, everything I need. Oh, everybody we need, and they can give us in 2 or 3 days. So that's
Okay.
good because they support us, and we support them too.
Training, expectation, and support. That is the difference.
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear. Very good.
Awesome.
Roosevelt, amazing.
Yes, sir.
Awesome,
Excellent.
Roosevelt.
No, I've got it. Yeah.
Thank you, Roosevelt. Great job.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right,
great
thank
job.
you.
So the table that you see, Henry came up with this idea, We have what we call a learning club, where every week we get together and we learn. We read a book. So we started with 2 second lean, then we studied Banish soapiness, then we studied the VMS management system or lean management system that is dedicated to Vallourec. Anyway, every week we read a chapter of the book, and we read a chapter about the Ono circle. And maybe Henry, if you want to explain really quickly.
Yes. So Roosevelt, he's a little nervous, he's a little modest, but at the same time, I asked him one day, "Hey, Roosevelt, what do you think we can make your job easier over here? I see you kind of moving back." We said, "Well, man, if we could build something to where I could have it right on top of me instead of all of this." So then we came up with an idea. I had different thoughts on a lot of things, but man, it was so simple. Just bring something that'll swing right out, and it's worked great for him. So when you start, we were having, like Tomas said, we were having a lot of the learnings. Not only they're learning, but I'm learning a tremendous amount day in and day out. Out here, and then we meet once a week to learn. Then we talked about the Taiichi Ono circle, right? He stood in the circle and kind of watched and see what kind of waste that he's seen. So that's what I did one day, and it drives me nuts because I see it all the time, right? So these are some of the conversations I have with the guys, because I want them to learn to see the waste as well, because they're there all the time. They know what they do day in and day out. So we want to make sure that we try to learn all these things together.
That's brilliant.
Excellent.
That's brilliant.
So that's how the table kind of came about.
Yeah. You can see a lot of waste standing in that circle, can't you, Henry?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. You certainly can.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Henry. So we are now in our QC area. That's where we do all the inspection, the ND inspection. And I will leave the floor to Noe, who is our quality supervisor. Go ahead, quality lead. Go ahead, Noe.
My name is Noe Santillan. I'm with the quality inspection. I am the quality lead. I've been with the company for 20 years. And today I'm here to present some of the improvements we've done with our area. So I have a picture here. This is how we started. Basically, everything was, you see no improvements here. But now, as you can see, there's so many things that we've done.
Wow. What a difference.
So the beginning, when we started, we only had racks and we didn't have a containment. Now we have a containment. For us, it was so hard to do the inspection because every time we do an inspection, we had water on the floor. Not only it was kind of dangerous, you know, it was every time we did the inspection, we had to mop. So that was a lot of time consuming. Ever since we added the containment here, you know, all the water and everything drains into the containment, and it saves a lot of time.
Wow.
So what we've done a lot, we're learning a lot of this, the improvements, how to improve our area, how to become better. We always like see our work now. We tell the people, okay, so look, this is what we do. We kind of evaluate it together now. And we changed our mentality now. Our mentality is definitely changed after we started this lean culture. We get together in the mornings and we see what we can improve. Our area has improved in so many things. From the point of having a caster strip, which is an indicator that we use when we do the inspection, to the drums that we have here, those drums over there. Before we have this area on the outside part where we used to go out and basically these buckets here, we will fill them up and bring them in, and that's the solution that we have. So it was maybe taking about maybe 30 minutes just to go outside and come back in. We actually stopped that. We talked over it and we decided to bring the drums and have them in here. Now it takes minutes just to actually drain our buckets, make our solution, do our inspections. Or rods, we improve also. We have this, we had rods all over the floor, and now we made this area here. It's just for our rods. So this is also another improvement that we did for our inspection. One of the other things was that, so on our area is basically a 2-person job, and sometimes you're so busy that you can't have both of the people here. So the way we did it, we added clamps to our cables. So actually one clamp, you can actually tie it to the rod and then you can take the whole rod while the clamp is tied to the rod, and that saves you time. Not only time, that it's only a one-person job now instead of having the two. So for those times that you're actually trying to get the work done, this actually saves us that, you know, and the work can get done as well. Also,
I have a
yes.
question. What is your favorite improvement that was made in this area that really made the biggest difference to successfully doing work? You have one?
Well, actually, I always have to say the containment where it holds all the chemical that sets on the yeah, because like I was saying, when we do the inspection, we will have to.
There's no mess.
Yeah, there's no mess. One is it becomes more safe, and two is so you don't have to mop or any of that. So it saves a lot of time. You do your inspection, you finish your inspection, and then you're basically done.
From the time you first heard 2-second lean, how long did it take you before you were convinced this was the way to go? 1 week, 1 month, 6 months? From the time you first heard 2-second lean, how long?
To me, lean is still, I'm learning as I go. I'm with it 100% because I'm seeing the improvements as a daily base, you know.
But from the very beginning, Noah, you were embraced it? You weren't skeptical?
Well, you know, for a minute you think about it, you know, like they tell you, oh, if you have it clean, if you do this, is it gonna improve? Then you know, I wasn't against it. I'm always willing to, you know, become better.
We're gonna get you to donate blood, and we're gonna give blood transfusions to everybody from you, and we're gonna be in good shape. Okay?
You can't do that because we're nothing but chingones here. So they told me you would like that, so I figure saying that to you.
Yeah, absolutely. No mames.
So another thing that we did, I don't know if you see, we added fluorescent tape on our racks here, and that's just for us when we do our inspections. It was so dark in here, and that's part of the inspection that we do here. So when we're doing the inspection, we were tripping because of this the feet of the racks. So for us, this is more like a safer way to walk around the inspection, and faster as well. So now you can actually walk through it, do your inspection. You know what's in front of you, what's around you. So that was one of the improvements. Again, we've this lean culture that we have now, it's an ongoing process. We're learning, we're going. When we think it's done, it's never done. We're always trying to improve things. Yeah, it's you know, we're trying to get the other guys to learn as we go. And believe me, as we keep on going, keep on learning, more people, they're getting more involved into it, and that's helping a lot. Because now this is like a cell phone now. It's a necessity now. You do it because you want.
It's a little bit of an addiction.
It is an addiction. So now we get here every morning, like I said, and we're on it. Like we get here after our GTM meeting, and we do our 2-second improvement. We come in, we're getting together, and we're improving our process.
That's nuevo para mí. That's fantastic. I've never heard that before. It's like a cell phone. Wow.
Yeah, so good. I'm telling you, chingones over here, brother.
That's right, brother. All the way, all the way.
Yes.
De acuerdo.
Yes. Okay.
I love it.
Thank you, Noe. You guys are doing an amazing job. And Noe is also in the learning club. So we have we set up a learning club with all our lead men, and we are all learning together. So I think it's been the fourth time I'm going through 2-second lean now with the guys. They are now reading Vanish Tropines. I keep learning every single day with those guys. We all learn together, and that's amazing. So how much time do we have left, Paul and Richard?
30 minutes. You're fine.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Perfect.
Yep, you're good.
So
you're good.
We will go now to our PNF area, where we will see what the guys have done to improve their workstations. So,
Thomas, while you're walking, just a quick question. How long is your learning club? What's the length of time you spend?
It's 1 hour. So we have 1 hour per week with the lead man and 1 hour per week with the management. So we started with the managers, and then we realized that that was not enough. If we wanted to train our people better, we needed to train our lead man, so the lead man can also train the workers on the shop floor. So by doing the learning club for the lead man, the learning club for the manager, we multiply the learning experience, and we deploy the culture much faster in the shop. And the learning club, the lead man learning club, I can tell you that's the highest level learning club I ever participated. Those guys are amazing, because they not only they read the book, but they relate it to their day-to-day experience, and they think about ways to improve. So it makes them realize sometimes our problems or where we waste time. By reading, they realize, they understand that this is not normal. And together in the room, they can talk for half an hour trying to find a solution to improve. So it's not only a learning club, but it's also a time that we take every week to be together, to reflect, and to see how we can improve the shop. So we're tooling up Chris. Chris is working in PNF. He's doing all the surface treatment on our part, and he will show you what kind of improvement that they have done. This area was a complete mess before. I can tell you that was the messiest area in the floor. There is no AC. It's chemical. It's a lot of chemical treatment. It was a mess, and they turned the area into a premium area. Go ahead, Chris. Can you hear us?
How's it going?
Good. Chris, I have a quick question before you even start. So did I understand what Thomas just said, that you actually have AC in here now, where before you didn't?
Well, not here. On the other side, we do.
Okay.
I think the reason why we don't have AC in here is we have a lot of steam. So
okay.
We have the ducts.
Okay, got it. All right. Go ahead. It's all yours.
Let me show you my lab. What I've been working on. So as you can see, some of the stuff I've done.
That's so well organized. That's incredible.
And how has that affected your work, Chris?
Oh, save me time just looking for stuff. We used to have stuff in boxes labeled now, which was causing a lot of time looking, searching, and you know.
So how was your lab before, Chris?
Oh, there's an example back here of just to show how it was before.
So that was our lab before.
Wow.
Oh, so different.
Yes. So
how long did this take? How long did it take from the time you started to get it to this state right now, Chris?
Probably 6 months.
Okay. Would you go back to the old way?
Oh no, I still got some more improvements to do.
Why not? Why wouldn't you go back to the old way?
Oh, just because just looking at it, just looking at that and looking at this, there's a big difference.
But what's the difference? What's the difference?
Well, the way it looks at first, it looks nice. Somewhere I want to work. Looking at that, I don't want to work with nothing that looks like that.
So the very thing we want people to do, and that is work and work effectively, oftentimes the very environment we ask them to work in is not conducive to the thing we're asking them to do. And now you've created just the opposite here. This area is conducive to wanting to do the work.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
So one great thing that Ernest is no longer with us, shared during one of the tours, is that we were pride blinded. And when you see the lab, how it was before, for us, that was the standard, right? That's what that's all we've done it for so long. And we make premium product. We have the best product in the industry. So we're the best, right? But no, our pride was blinding us. And now that we unleash the potential with the lean culture and 2 second lean, we are already at a very high level. But as Chris said, that's not finished, right? There is a lot of improvement that we still want to do.
Yes, there's a lot of improvement
Wow.
to do.
Wow. Incredible.
Can you explain us the titration log that you have now?
Yes, well, we came out with this with the help of Preston. It shows the first and second shift. We have people come in and have to search to see if we did our titration. Now they could just come up to the screen and see if we did it or not.
So again, the objective here is to make everything visible. How was it before, Chris?
Oh, we had like a binder, and you had to go through the dates just to see if you did it or not. And now it's digital. Now you can see if it was out of range or not. So that was, instead of going through each date looking for a day that we didn't do it or out of range.
So
for
the minute you ask the question, the answer is there. There's no time lost at all. It's seconds.
Yeah, seconds.
So for example,
they used to come get me. Now they don't have to come get me. They can just come walk up here and see for themselves.
Wherever they ask the question, that's where the answer is.
Yeah. So we know right away that it was not done today. It's still to be done. Right. So we make the problem visible. We know it was not done. Now we're going to try to understand why it was not done. But all the problems are made visible. Actually, he's about to do it. So all the problems are made visible. We don't hide any problem. Great job, Chris.
Incredible.
So we're going to go now see our maintenance department and how we organize the maintenance. Just before we go back to maintenance, we just wanted to show you our shipping and receiving area. That's where we prepare all the products ready to be shipped. Still an open area, but the guys are doing a tremendous job to keep it clean. So let's go now to back to Stack 17, where Aldo, our maintenance manager, will present us what we did in terms of maintenance. Can you give the headset to Aldo? So one key point.
It's Aldo.
Aldo, yes, Aldo.
Okay, excellent.
So one key point is to have machines that are reliable, that you can count in. And before we used to deploy TPM, but we never managed to sustain. Why? Because we were not giving the time to the guys to do the TPM, and we didn't give them the knowledge as well. We invested a lot of effort to deploy a very clear standard on what needs to be done every single day with the CCL. And since they have time to do it every single day, then it's done. The machines are more reliable, and then our productivity increase. So I leave it to Aldo, who's going to now explain us what the guys did for maintenance.
Okay. Which is
Aldo,
a
you have a
very
headset?
critical component. Thomas.
Everything's so clean.
Yeah, especially for an industrial environment like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at it; it's unbelievable.
So take it back. Paul will explain us what we did on the maintenance department.
Hello, my name is Paul. I just want to take a moment to. Hi, how are you? I just want to take a few moments to thank you guys for joining us in this tour. I think it's wonderful that we can invite everybody just to see the progress that we have all made as a team. It's really exciting. As you can see here, this is our maintenance department, and welcome to it. I just wanted to give you guys an example of what it looked like about a year ago.
Wow.
So you can see that we have made some standard procedures in our office. For an example, no food, no boxes on the floor, no tools, no items, and of course, weekly cleaning.
Wow.
It's been a huge adventure for all of us here in the maintenance department. A year ago, you couldn't walk through here without tripping over a box or a lunch box or a water bottle or even a mouse. So it's been something. It was real awful. So I mean, this has been something that for an example, I mean, if you can't respect your own area, then you can't respect yourself. And if you don't have a clean area to come to do your work that doesn't involve working on a machine or equipment, it makes it a terrible environment to want to be at. You know, and it takes a lot of support too, guys, from management to make that happen. It's real important that you have everybody supporting you.
You know, Paul, I want to just say something real quick. That was very interesting. You said respecting yourself. It really gives dignity to work. I know Mark Braun at Cambridge has talked about this. It dignifies work. Work is a very important thing, and it just fosters that dignity of work.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. It's it's really important, you know. It's to have a really good culture. You really have to have an easy place to work, a place that you can find everything, where you're not sitting there wasting 45 minutes to an hour just looking for a pencil or a ruler. It makes a huge difference, for sure, guys. But what makes it even better, besides an ordinary office that's well organized and clean, is our welding shop, guys. And I just want to kind of give you an example of what that looked like before we walk in. This is our welding shop about a year ago.
Wow.
When you step outside this door, you won't believe the amazing progress that these guys have made in this welding shop to make a difference. Everything is well organized and labeled. Absolutely no garbage on the floor. And this is our designated welding shop, fellas. So what that means is you cannot have anything that's combustible in here. And right now, we have nothing in here that's combustible. What makes it even better is the detail these guys have put in all of their drawers, their toolboxes. Everything has a home.
It's the best welding shop I've ever seen, Paul. That is just remarkable.
We'll step over here and just take a look at some of these other ones. These guys have worked really hard to make it very organized. They can find everything. They have labels in the front, have all their drills. And if something's missing, we know that we need to find it or it's being used.
Wow. Incredible.
This is all thanks to the fast cap items that we have that our management so kindly got for us to make this happen. This wouldn't have happened without their support.
Incredible.
There's just a couple other areas. Still a few things we're working on. As you can tell, it never ends, which is very good, because if you're completely finished, then there's nothing left to lean. And if there's nothing left to lean, well, then it's no more fun.
Gosh, just incredible.
One more. Oh, see, we're still working here.
So the question is, for the people in the welding shop, I'd love to get their take on what's the difference. What was it like working there before, and what's it like working there now? How has it changed?
We can certainly give the headphones over to one of these guys to have a little conversation. Fernando, you want to say a couple words? They have a question for you. Repeat your question, Paul.
Hi, Fernando. It's Paul. Hey. So I'm just curious, what was it like before you working in the shop? What was it like working for you before, and what's it like working for you now?
Well, I was one of the first person that we started working in this facility, and in the beginning it was a lot of mess, and honestly I was thinking it's a joke when they told me that this is the new house. But little by little we started working and this process and 5 years, and start organize all the tools. And it's amazing because now, before we spend a lot of time to looking for any tool that we needed. So now it's amazing because any tool that I need, I know where they're at. So it saved me a lot of time. And
how does that make you feel about work?
Well, it's amazing. I don't know. It's put me in another level. Just like that, It's amazing. Even in my personal, how made me feel. Made me feel better in implement this 5 years here in the company, even in my house too, because
So
it's helped me a lot in my house.
You're proud of what you've accomplished, is what you're saying.
Yes, sir. 100%. Now I try to
100%.
100%. Sí, señor.
Fernando, would you be proud to bring your family to see where you work now as opposed to what it was like before?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm proud to work in this company. This company give me everything, and I try to do my best every day, you know, to like pay back, you know, doing my work right and a safe place and keep all this my area organized. It's not just only this area; it's all the company. This is one of this is a part of the company, but all the way around this company. I mean, and we implement the 5S, and it's amazing.
Incredible, Fernando. Awesome job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
I know that was a little off script, but I had to ask. Sorry.
No, that was perfect.
Just so amazing.
So what do you think special here? Do you see difference?
Oh, definitely. Well, I've been here for about 6 months. Definitely a new experience for me. You know, a lot of places I've worked at, you've got a problem with, you can't find the tool that you need. You don't know where it's at. Here, that's not a problem. I mean, if it's not there, you go to the next guy. Hey, where's the tool at? Somebody will know where it's at, and you know when it's missing. Other places, a tool would be gone. You know, it might have been gone for a month. Nobody knows where it's at. Here, if it's gone more than a couple of hours, somebody's asking about it. And so that's a big thing. You know, we don't ever have to worry about, you know, lost time because we can't find what we need to work on.
What's your name? I forgot. I didn't get your name.
I'm Ricky Parnell.
So how is this different, or is this significantly different than other past work environments that you've worked in, and how so?
Oh, totally different. Like I say, everything's a lot cleaner here. You know, like I say, you don't have to search for things. I mean, everything's right there in front of you. If you've got a question about something, the answer is not very far away.
Let me ask you a question. I'm curious. I never asked anybody this question before. Do you think it reduces the interpersonal conflicts between people in an organization when things are this clear, so you're not kind of bitching and complaining at other people for taking your tools and things like that? So that whole interpersonal thing is much better. I'm just curious.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's not, you know, accusations, you know, well, I seen you with this yesterday or whatever. You know, when you're done with it, you put it away. It's right back, you know, right back where you want it.
Right.
There's really no, not really any altercations. Everybody's a lot happier around here, I'd say, you know, just because of that aspect.
But you got there during the transformation. You didn't see it before. You're in a little different position. You walked into this and said, "What?" At the beginning, did you think it was great, or did you say, "Oh, this is BS"?
Well, you know, at the beginning, I really didn't know what to think about it. You know, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it. You know, I'm coming from a very disorganized shop, and so, you know, there was things about it that I really liked. There was other things about it where I'm like, man, it's just extra work we have to do. And, you know, now, man, I love it. I mean,
so you're convinced?
Oh, definitely. It's, you know, it leaves less work to do at the end of the day, because the day before you got everything done. You know, you're just basically cleaning up your day's work. Whereas before, you know, you might have 2 or 3 days of just cleaning, just to clean up, you know, the last 2 or 3 weeks worth of mess that you've made. Here it ain't like that. Here it's, you know, the last 30 minutes or so of the day.
It's Ricky, right? It's Ricky, right?
Yes, sir.
So Ricky, I have another question that I've never asked anybody before. So do you think because you can work more fluidly and successfully at work, that affects you when you're not at work? In other words, do you go home with a better disposition and come to work with a better disposition because of the way work functions for you?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, there's a lot of days where you have a hard day at work and frustrating days. I don't have as many frustrating days here, so I go home with a better attitude. And not only that, but a lot of this stuff I've actually brought home, and my wife loves it because I'm more organized than I've ever been.
Incredible. We say again, I've said it already once, but Ricky, I don't know if you heard me say it. This is advanced training for husbandry, how to make good husbands. Okay, this is. I have women come up to me literally and say, "I could kiss you, I love you," and others say, "I hate you because now my husband is messing with my utensil drawer."
So Ricky, this is Richard. I got a question. What improvement are you most proud of, and why?
Yeah, question.
Well, me personally, my job was to take care of the floors, painting all the floors, putting all the striping down, and
it looks fantastic.
Me myself, I take a lot of pride in that.
Wow,
that's
so
cool. That's cool.
Great job.
So
Great job.
Before I let you go, Ricky, one more question. You mentioned that in the past you spent time looking for tools and things like that would disrupt you in your work. Do you find that now, because you can find things easily, that your quality of the work you do is higher?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of times you would, not only could you not find the tool that you're looking for, but you'd end up using the wrong tool for the job, and you might strip a bolt. You might, there's a number of things that could go wrong with that. But here we got the tool we need, and so we're able to do the job more efficiently.
Awesome.
That's an awesome answer. Answer. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, great job.
All right, thank you.
Super.
It's all yours, Thomas. Paul, thank you. Great job.
Yeah, Paul.
All right, so we are back in the maintenance office where Aldo will present us the TPM and the maintenance ticket systems that we put in place. Go ahead, Aldo.
Okay. Hi, Aldo. Okay, we're not hearing your audio, so we've got something with the microphone. And there you
go. Turn it on.
You got it?
No, it's not turned on yet. You got to turn it on.
Just switch headsets real quick. I think it's faster.
Hello?
Yeah, we're there,
we can
loud
hear
and clear.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect. Thank you. Okay, 3 years ago when we started with this project, we revamping machines and we back to standard conditions. Several machines like it was really destroyed in this accessory shop. And after that revamping, the question to me was about how we are going to maintain these machines in the shop. And that was the time we were talking about to implement the famous TPM, or the total productive maintenance in the shop. That's to be honest with you, I tried several times in other countries and in other shops, and I know the frustration for that. But that was a good time to start with the TPM. In here, like we did at the beginning, was the TPM roadmap. And in that, you can see, we put all the machines we have in this accessory shop. But the challenge was to take just one machine, the last one, like we call the TAC 7 machine, is the only one you can see is a 100% completion. What was done? We took this pilot machine, the TAC 7, and we discussed about the total of the activities to be performed by the OEM on a piece of equipment, and also from our experience, the activity we need to perform on a regular basis to maintain an equipment properly. With all this of the activity, we had a good discussion with the technicians here with Hong, what kind of activity the maintenance technician needs to perform due to the technical skills, and what kind of activities the operator can do on the regular basis, like routine activities. That's the why we made the list for the autonomous maintenance, like we call it here CCL. We call that because it's clean, check, and lubrication for the operators. And also, we made the list for the preventive maintenance to the maintenance technician. Also, the third leg of the TPM is the predictive maintenance. In that case, we are outsourcing the activities because
we don't have the properly equipment as to make the oil samples or to make a vibration analysis or to do the thermography. For that reason, we are outsourcing the activity to the third party. And the number four is the quality maintenance, is the activity to define in what group of the machine will fit in order to run some production with determine the quality we need. And the last one, like you can see all in red, is the critical spare parts. Why we have this one in red is because we know the parts we have in our system, but we don't have a link in between the work orders and the consumption today. It's something like we are working on.
Okay.
On that, like we make this a very good plan, and then the question for us was about the, okay, we make a very good pilot in machine tag 7, we implemented everything, we got the 100% of machine number 7, and then the idea was to move forward to the rest of the shop. The question at the time was about how we are going to sustain this system. Like it felt for me was a frustration in the past, felt exactly at the time. The discussion was about and at the time, Alex came with the idea or the plan or the methodology of the 2-second lean. And the plan was about to use 2-second lean to sustain the TPM. We had several discussions with Alex and with Thomas at the time, how to use the 2-second lean in the TPM. The first thing was to give the operator the time to perform the activity of the CCL. I will show you one example here.
So Aldo, let me interrupt you for 1 second. So what you're saying is prior to 2-second lean, it was difficult to maintain your CCL, but now because you're allowing for the time, that has been the big difference. I want to get to the bottom of it.
Yes.
Why is it successful now?
Yes, that's exactly what the discussion at the time, because all the time we said to the operators, okay, you need to do the CCL, but the open time you have. When you don't have this one in the schedule, on really it's never happened. And that was the situation in my past experience.
I see. So our words don't match our actions. So this is so the environment that exists now at Vallourec, the words are supported by the actions and vice versa.
Exactly. And at the point was exactly, we did the first draft for the autonomous maintenance activity. And you can see, just to give you an example in here, this is a complete revision number, probably number 10, but we make the list of the activity the operator needs to do. But the first point was about where we define the activity, the number of the tasks, the activity he needs to check or clean, where exactly need to be done, how to perform this one is visual, what kind of tool to use, the criteria, and then the most important was about if the machine was running and the frequency and the time. When the machine runs, your machine stop, because it's like your car. If the car is running, you cannot check, for example, the oil level. This is exactly the same situation on the machine. For that, we made the difference in between the activity running with all the pictures. You can see all the locations with the machine running, like he can check pretty much pressures and the vibration of the machine. And the second portion of that is basically with the machine stop. Like they need to greasing, they need to clean the filters, or need to, for example, see for change the filters in here too, verify the level of the oil and so on. Basically was the main difference. But the main point was in here, where we were working with the operator, was about the operator back to us when we implemented the 2-second lean, and he said, this is a wasting time. Because that's the final version we implemented in the machine. But before the first draft, we were working in the part of the back of the machine. Then we asked the operator to go to the front of the machine. We asked the operator to run in the machine or stop the machine. For that reason, the operator tried to improve due to the 2-second lean and thinking about how really they were wasting time with that. And they start to be improved. Every single day they come to us and said, hey, this is something that we need to change because we are wasting time doing this activity. And that was perfect.
Here's my question. Here's my question though, Aldo. So you said they came to you and said, this is an activity that we need to change because we're wasting time. What happened before 2-second lean? would those activities not be changed? I mean, what's happening differently in the company? I'm trying to understand it.
So I'm going to answer that question because, yes, I'm going to answer that question because I'm guilty. So when we first started the TPM, I said, well, that's great. We're going to do TPM. The machine is going to be always maintained and clean. And then the question comes is, okay, but we have to stop the machine. And before we did 2-second lean, remember, I didn't understand that sometimes you have to stop so you can run faster. And I said, well, okay, great, let's do it. Let's deploy the standard. Let's train the people. But they're going to do it when they have time off. So whenever they have downtime or whenever, I don't know, they are changing before changing over, they're going to take the time to do it. And that never happened. So I was blinding myself, thinking that, yeah, they will find the time. But in reality, I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to stop because I was focused on my productivity.
On production. Yeah, that's right.
On production. And what 2-second lean did is, no, you have to stop. You have that kata where every single day you stop half an hour where you can do your CCL on top of the rest. I'm going to just ask one question to Hung. Hung is our CNC technician, and he's the one who makes it happen. We call him the magician. Hung, how did 2-second lean change your job, and how did 2-second lean improve the condition of the machines?
Oh, we lost the audio.
We lost sound.
No audio.
There's no audio, Thomas. You got to turn that one on. Well, it looks like it's on. Maybe it's not connected.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Do you hear me?
Hi. Hi, Hung. Good. Nice to hear you.
Yes, nice to see you. This is the first company that we have almost like 100% to implement this to second clean. And at the beginning, actually, our machine is not as good as, you know, we got all type of lack of maintenance because, you know, there's a air filter, there is a mist filter, and machine is dirty, and all kind of things that we can't get it done properly. So when we implement this, and everybody have a little, don't take a lot of time, just a few minutes for every operator to begin every shift, and they do a little bit here and a little bit there. They see something and they report it, and that needs to be improved. And when I receive those kind of things, and I put myself into that, and everybody put a little bit on into those all kind of problems that they brought up. So in that point, we recognize that we need to do something, not one day, but every few minutes every day. And imagine that, for example, like you changing the air filter, is the breathing. You bring the air to your body. I mean, the machine needs the air going to cool down the motor. And if the filter are clogged up, the machine is going to get heat up. So like you breathing something bad, you not be healthy. So the machine is the same way. So the drive can be failed, and if the drive fails, you're going to costing the money and costing the downtime and need to order a lot of stuff. So this will help a lot. The machine right now in this condition, we have a very, very low downtime. And you know how the machine is a bit CNC machine, if it's down, and it costs a lot of money. So I really appreciate all my manager, and especially Alex, he come up with this, and Thomas involved, and my manager involved also. So, and all the production, all the operators, very important that they involved into it, and everything is coming very smooth now. So I'm very happy to be a CNC technician in this company.
Amazing.
Okay.
Hung,
I
great
love
job.
that quote. Hung, that is a fantastic quote. That's really good. I'm very happy to be a CNC technician in this company. How many people around the world would actually say something like that? That's incredible.
Exactamente.
Yes.
Isn't that the truth?
That's true.
Thank you very much.
Do you know
You're very
Thomas?
welcome.
Thomas, can you hear me?
No. Can you hear
No,
us,
I can't
Thomas?
hear
We
you.
can't hear you. No audio. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
So Thomas, I was going to say, when I learned lean too, it was all Greek to me. You want me to stop? You want me to make one at a time? It was all Greek to me. I was like, this is crazy, you know? And now I learned one of the most important quotes in Japan from Mr. Amazawa, the vice president of Lexus. He said, most people think that lean is a detour. You want me to stop? You want me to clean my area? You want me to figure out? In reality, it's a shortcut.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
it sure is.
It is. And I had to experience it so I could believe it, because I had a hard time to believe it before I experienced it.
Okay, so we're just 2 minutes away. Actually, we're going to have to close it. Just one more question, Aldo. Go on, Aldo. You say one more thing.
No, I want to show you really quick a graph to support like we are talking here. And that was my wasting time in my past experience as a maintenance manager, making every month my explanation why I failed. And you can see in here, we had two different shops, the shop in Louisiana and the shop in here, where we deploy full the TPN and the 2-second lean. And you can see the downtime percentage in the dark blue. And also, I will show you, for example, the NTTR is also, you can see the cure in the dark blue. It's more stabilized in the time between repair, and also in here different color. This is CNC Richie, this is our plant, or MTBF is going up. To be honest, I am not doing nothing with that because the system is working in automatic with our work order system. For the reason, just if we want to see this one, we are looking for that. But the most important I want to show you, I know we have 1 more minute, is this, like when we, to see exactly what is the improvement system working. When you see the campus in here, look at the total the work order we have in 2021, and you can see in here in this shop, look at the number, the 3 numbers in here together, the repair, the process improvement, and safety. Everything is coming for improvement. And we are talking in here, and 17% of the activity of maintenance are regarding to improvement. 15% of the activity are coming for machine downs. Still, we have problems. We will have problems ever. And the last 15% due to the maintenance, the preventive maintenance activity that we need to do on the regular basis. That for me is a fantastic. I don't know, Paul, you were doing before, you didn't come to me in my 25 years of time working in maintenance, but this is, okay, the video stopped. But this
Aldo,
is, for me,
amazing.
was a fantastic tool. Thank you so much for that.
Oh my gosh, Aldo, you're awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great job. I love your passion and honesty.
Aldo, thank you.
No, thank you so much for your time. We lost the video, but I don't know, are you still connected?
We'll come back, I'm
we're,
sure.
We're still connected. Yeah, I lost Preston.
Okay, Preston. Now he's back. He's back. Okay, thank you so much for your time. I will give the time to Thomas to close, but this is for me, to be honest with you, that the first time I had the opportunity to implement something like that, how the TPN of the total productive maintenance working with the 2-second lean, for me was amazing the last 2 years. I don't take care about the maintenance downtime. Henry here with me and Thomas, and we're taking care 70% of the time to make improvements because the people working in the 2-second lean came out every single day in the FST with something to do. Thank you so much.
That's fantastic.
Wow, great job. And nothing but positive comments, just amazing as I'm reading through all the comments here. It's just incredible.
Thank you.
Love how you're hearing from the frontline people. And that was probably the big difference here is all the frontline people we heard from.
It was incredible. We've had so many comments, positive comments, best tour ever. It's unbelievable. Thomas,
unbelievable.
Alex and team, Preston, Edson, and all the team members, thank you on behalf of AME, on behalf of Paul. It's incredible. Again,
it's the TT tour, tectonic transformation.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. Okay, so team, before we actually leave, we're gonna, let me get rid of this thing. Okay, so we are gonna do feedback. I'm gonna launch a poll like we always do. 3 questions. Okay, would you recommend an event like this to your network? Okay, you've got 3 choices. Number 2, have you been inspired to implement or continue with 2-second lean? 2 choices. Number 3, did you find today's tour valuable? And I would assume everybody has found it valuable. Unbelievable. So we've only got 33 people left in. I'm up to 21 respondents. I'm going to end the poll
notice
now.
The numbers are 100%. 100%.
It is.
100%.
100% all the way down
I
the
don't think
line.
we've never seen this before. That's unbelievable.
No, we haven't.
But doesn't
That's really
surprise
good.
me at all.
No, it doesn't.
Wow.
So there's our poll numbers. I'm going to stop sharing now.
100%.
So here we go. Next tour. Our next tour is tomorrow, which is actually, I've got the wrong flag there. It should be South Wales flag. I forgot to do a save. We're at Rotherham in South Wales, October 21st at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So tomorrow's tour is October 21st, 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And with that, thank you everyone for participating.
Wow. Okay.
Hi, I'm John Colby. I'm your virtual host. I want to thank you for attending this session. Now, please take a second to visit the sponsor showcase. This is an opportunity for you to support the sponsors who support AME. Now, don't worry, you'll still have a break after that before the next session where you can refill your drink or maybe get rid of your last drink. After that, check out the online event guide to help navigate your way to the next session. It can be a little tricky, but the OAG makes everything easy. And then finally, please take a second to fill out the survey regarding this session because your feedback helps determine what we offer in next year's conference. I'll see you soon.